Hallo Leute und willkommen zurück in einer weiteren Folge Genshin Impact. Wir hatten die letzte Folge aufgehört und wir machen natürlich auch weiter. Und ich würde sagen, let's go.
Understood. A flower-shaped machine component. What is its function? Which module is it designed for? Is it compatible with my hardware?
It doesn't have a function. It's just for looking at. You know, a cute little souvenir.
Cute little souvenir. But if it serves no function, for what purpose was it built? A cryptex is for sending messages. Machines are for performing tasks. What about this flower? What is it for? Gratitude?
Yeah. If someone helps you out, you help them back. And if someone gives you a gift, you get them something in return. That's how we show gratitude to other people.
The flower Feather Clan took me in, so I'm neutralizing threats near their territory. Like that?
Yes, exactly. You got it. So, it all makes sense now, right?
But is this not tit for tat? I heard Mr. Kenichi use this term.
No, that's completely different.
I will. Gratitude.
In terms of its purpose, think of it as a memento of your friendship.
Memento? Important memory. Memento.
Here, wear this flower. And this feather, too. There. Much better. Gotta look your best for your big journey. It's just a flower. It's not that heavy. Just think of it as a little souvenir from me. Something to take with you on the road. That's right, a souvenir. Sometimes when people have something important to remember, they'll pick an object to use as a reminder of that thing. Even if you end up forgetting everything, this flower will always keep blooming. It could take 1,000 times, maybe 2,000, but maybe one day, you'll see the flower bloom, and suddenly, you'll remember the reason for your journey. No, everyone's on their own path, and they have to walk it alone. Just as your journey is yours and no one else's. Besides, I have no plan to go to war against him. We both owe each other far more than our mere lives. If either of us actually wanted to claim on that debt, all they'd have to do is ask. If anything, I pity him. In a way, his situation's not so different from yours. But in his case, it's turned him into something neither human nor dragon. The more he chases the sun, the more it blinds him to the creatures who live by its light. You were once, well, she was once the enemy of humankind. And Ochkan doesn't care to distinguish between you and her like Ishkik and I do. He sees you as the same being. So if you stay behind, and especially if you help me, it'll only stoke the flames of his blind hatred even further. Come on, you have bigger things to worry about than me right now. You have a huge journey ahead of you. That should be your focus. Have faith. This tribe will kneel to no one. They will never be slaves. If they lose their leader, someone else will take up the mantle. Heck, even a child who's barely learned how to walk could do it. All right, time to go. Some things are destined to be forgotten. Don't let it get to you. In 1,000 years' time, you'll have a life far, far away from here. So go. Cross the ocean. Find a new place to belong.
Malfunction who betrayed us all. You dare seek a place to belong?
Inefa? Inefa, what's wrong?
I was... Sincere apologies. My cognition module crashed for a moment. It is now fixed.
Is it because you've been fighting for too long? Oh, you need to rest. Come on, let's get you back.
Back? Back to the Flower Feather Clan?
Yeah, of course. Everything else aside, Adieta and her folks will be leaving soon. Don't you want to say a proper goodbye?
Yes. The closer I am to the Flower Feather Clan, the more erratic my cognition module becomes. Occasionally, unidentified data surfaces from my memory banks.
Memory data? So, what about that curse Shilonen mentioned? Does it not hurt to remember anymore?
It does. Even now, it still hurts. I have merely switched off the corresponding facial expressions to avoid making other people uncomfortable. But if I do not recall my memories, I cannot complete my task.
So, is this why you've been spending so much time out here?
When memory data surfaces, there is a high probability that my cognition module will crash. This constitutes a safety risk. Therefore, I have been spending time away from the tribe.
Yeah, exactly! Whatever happens, we'll make sure things don't get out of hand.
Assessing relative combat capability. Paimon, approximately 1/5.
1/5? Of what?
Traveler. Risk mitigated. Strategy accepted.
Wie jetzt von Paimon ein Fünftel? Was? Hat sie gerade gespoilert, dass Paimon eigentlich noch mehr Kraft hat, als sie eigentlich da gerade zeigt? Oder wie soll ich es jetzt verstehen, Leute? Oh mein Gott, das war gerade ein bisschen merkwürdig. Was sie da gerade gemacht hat bei Paimon? Ein Fünftel von was? Ich frage mich auch gerade.
I can't thank you enough for hosting us these past few days. And thanks for agreeing to look after Inefa. I know it's a lot to ask.
It's all right. She'll be in good hands.
She never came back. I guess I'll have to leave without saying goodbye.
Hey now, you'll see her again. And we have so much to look forward to in Liyue. All those Shao lanterns lighting up the sky. You've always wanted to see that.
Arieta. Amu. Joashin. I am back.
Huh? Inefa? You brought her back? Thanks so much. Don't mention it.
Also, gratitude for the flower. What does it feel like to know where you are returning to?
That's a strange question. As soon as you're all better, you'll be returning to Not Cry. Oh, and we forgot to say, we're actually heading there ourselves soon. Maybe we can travel together.
Not cry. Is that home?
Huh?
Cognition module unable to define home. All the memory data that has presented itself recently has been related to Natlan. But the merchants tell me that I have family waiting for me in Nodcry. If I do recover my memories, which time period will they be from? And will the post-recovery me be the same me that I am now, or someone different?
Phew. That's a deep question.
What is it that you're afraid of? Are you worried the new you will be so different you don't even recognize her?
finding near synonyms for mind and conflict. Cognition module. Split. Yes. Once I have been split, will it change the way I define home?
Now that's a tough question. A lot of people and a lot of Saurians spend their whole lives searching for an answer to that. But if you want my opinion, home is somewhere you can always return to, wherever that might be. No matter how far you fly, there will always be someone back there waiting for you. No matter how battered and bruised you get, you can always go back there to rest and recover. I guess you could say it's somewhere you belong. Wherever it is that your memories guide you back to, I'm sure it'll be somewhere you feel safe, somewhere you feel you belong. Of course, everyone's situation is different, and I don't know how applicable my experience is in your case, but consider it a reference point, I guess?
Okay. Recorded under reference data.
And at the end of the day, I mean, who says you can't have more than one home? There's no law against it. Someone's looking for us. Hopefully this means there's been some progress. Don't be afraid to recover your memories. They might contain the answers you're looking for.
Got it.
Recover your memories. Malfunction. Have you forgotten why you cast them away to begin with?
Wer ist das jedes Mal? Mit dieser roten Aura. Mit dieser weiblichen Stimme. Erinnerung zurückholen. P-Funktion. Hast du vergessen, warum du sie... Was? Was? Okay, ja. Komisch, Leute, muss ich ehrlich sagen. Gestehe ich ganz ehrlich, es ist wirklich ein bisschen verwirrend. Muss ich tatsächlich sagen, ja. Ja... Auf jeden Fall, Nordquai ist wirklich nicht mehr weit entfernt. Wir haben jetzt, passt auf, also. Hier sind noch 4 Tage. Bei mir ist es jetzt gerade der Freitag. Das heißt, in genau 5 Tagen kommt 6.0. Ja, Leute, dann ist 6.0 da. In 5 Tagen. Und... Sorry fürs Gehen. Und sorry auch fürs Husten. Ich weiß gerade nicht, was los ist. Ich glaube, bei mir ist eine kleine Erkältung am Marsch. Ich hoffe nicht. Ich habe das aber auch schon ein bisschen in der Nase. Und habe auch ein bisschen so Kratzen am Hals. Ich hoffe wirklich, ich werde mich jetzt nicht krank in den nächsten Tagen. Das wäre doof, wenn das der Fall wäre. Deswegen, Leute, würde ich sagen, tatsächlich, wir machen es so. Ja, wir machen mal so. Was habe ich da? Wir machen auf jeden Fall so weiter. Und... Wie gesagt, in 5 Tagen, also bei mir sind es 5 Tage, ihr müsst halt überlegen, wenn ihr diese Folge hier seht, Leute, diese Folge ist Nordquai schon längst draußen und da kann ich euch schon mit Sicherheit sagen, tatsächlich, dass ich sogar locker schon Aufnahmen von Nordquai schon besitze. Weil ich habe gerade gesehen bei mir, also bevor ich die Aufnahme jetzt hier gestartet habe, habe ich schon gesehen, dass wir schon viele Aufnahmen schon von Sommerhitze-Urlaub schon haben, aber noch nicht fertig sind. Tatsächlich. Es kommen noch Folgen dazu. Wie gesagt, diese Folge ist jetzt auch noch nicht draußen. Das dauert auch eine Weile. Dann kommt auch noch Jela mit dazu, mit ihrer Story. Das sind ja auch noch 3 Folgen. Und dann kommt erst noch das hier. Also ihr merkt schon, Leute, wir haben echt noch ein bisschen tatsächlich von Sommerhitze Urlaub zu tun. Ich will sowieso hier noch ein bisschen durchlaufen. Wird wahrscheinlich auch ein Endstream sein. Mal schauen. Ich muss mal schauen, wie wir es machen. Weil ich glaube, die Sommerhitze Urlaub bleibt da die ganze Zeit, weil du hast da die Sachen für die Statue, für die Gottesstatue. Das gibt mir so ein Zeichen, dass wer sagen würde, dass diese Insel da bleibt. Die ganze Zeit. Citlali! Ah! Stimmt ja, sie ist auf dem Bild hier drauf, ne? Ja, da ist sie. Ergibt Sinn. Jetzt sind alle Figuren drauf, mit denen wir es da zu tun hatten, tatsächlich. Nur noch sie hat gefehlt hier. Ja, cool. Aber das würde Sinn ergeben, warum man da hinten diese Burg da sieht. Es hat alles mit Blumenland, also mit dem Feld da alles zu tun. Interessant. Citlali, hallo!
Oh, it's Citlali. Didn't think it'd be you.
Don't you think I'd want to do my part to help the Traveler? And anyway, no one's more qualified than the Masters of the Nightwind when it comes to Natlan's ancient history.
Ancient history? Wow. Even by Citlali standards?
If you think I didn't hear that, you're sorely mistaken. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. I don't know if you noticed, but Kenichi's little sidekick has been acting a little strange around Inefa. After you parted ways, Kenichi put him in timeout for 3 whole days and nights. Then he had Aoife send Kakuku to torment him for another night. Finally, Ahau got so infuriated with Kakuku's pestering that he lost his cool and let slip a crucial piece of information. 2 words. Sovereign Ruler.
Sovereign ruler? So what? Isn't that just how he introduces himself?
It is, and I always assumed it was a load of hot air. But apparently not. Turns out the title refers to the 13 Dragon Lords who ruled Natlan in ancient times. Wait, really? How? It took me forever to figure this out. Anyway, the 13 sovereign rulers are not ordinary dragons, but forms of artificial intelligence created by the Pyro Dragon using secret source technology.
Kurz zu Protokoll, Leute. Ich hatte mit denen öfter zu tun mit Darius. Mit diesen Drachen. Ich habe das schon so erfahren und deswegen habe ich auch gesagt, so, ich habe von ihnen schon gehört. Hatten wir in einem Stream zum Beispiel auf Twitch. Da habe ich auch so ein bisschen was mit Drachen gehabt, tatsächlich die ganze Zeit.
They had superior intelligence and greater authority than even the ancient dragons themselves. Each ruled over a portion of Natlan's territory. But one by one, they disappeared during the war with the heroes. Even most of their names are unknown now. Long since buried in the sands of time. If we hadn't managed to pry that tidbit out of Ahau's mouth, I would have had no idea where to even start.
I always thought that little monster's biggest claim to fame was arguing with Kakuku for an entire day. He has quite a history then, huh? Which of the 13 was he?
Not a clue. So far, he has staunchly refused to reveal which of the sovereign rulers he was. My guess is that he doesn't even remember. Remember, these rulers were supposed to be powerful forms of artificial intelligence. And Ahau, well, it hardly seems like he's still in his prime. I'll bet he's lost most of his memories and power by now.
Lost. Memories.
Yet, despite that, Ahau seemed to sense the presence of a fellow sovereign ruler when you were nearby. Specifically, it's the core in your chest he was reacting to.
What? Inepa's a sovereign ruler too?
Could be. Kenichi and Aoife have been keeping a close watch on Ahau, in case he reveals anything else. But so far, it seems like those 2 words are all he remembers.
Darn! So the trail's gone cold.
Not completely. There's also Lianka and the Flower Feather clan, both of which have triggered a response from Inefa so far. And as it happens, out of the sovereign rulers that I was able to dig up information on, there was one who had a very close relationship with Lianka. Her name was the Priestess of Floral Candles and Skyborn Feathers, otherwise known as the 8th Lord. She ruled over what is now the Flower Feather clan's territory. The records claim that she didn't die in the war with humanity, but was executed by her own kind. Her crime being betrayal of dragonkind by secretly raising a human. Lianka.
Huh? Chaska, did you know this?
Some of it. Our tribe's origin story has Lianka being raised by a dragon. And of the 6 heroes, she had the closest relationship with dragonkind. After raising her, her surrogate mother then encouraged her to leave the nest and seek her own path. She traveled far and wide, settling disputes between humans and Saurians. She didn't pick sides based on past grievances between humanity and dragonkind. She stood up for the weak, protecting them from those more powerful who sought to exploit them. Gradually, a community of like-minded people and Saurians gathered around her, united by their desire for freedom and equality. And that was how the Flower Feather clan began. But that's as much as the legends say. They never mentioned her dragon mother's name, or what became of her in the end.
Oh, sorry. My cognition module is acting up again. At some point during this conversation, it started behaving very erratically. You mentioned that the priestess of floral candles and skyborn feathers was executed. Might I ask how?
Unfortunately, the humans of that time weren't privy to all the details of dragon affairs. The only records we have are vague references from after the fact. It's very possible that this is mere speculation or complete fabrication, so don't give too much weight to it. But for what it's worth, it said that a curse was placed on the priestess by one of the other rulers. If she truly harbors pro-human sentiment, then for every ounce of goodwill she feels, may her mind be flooded with pain of immeasurable proportions. In the savage conflict and chaos that followed, the priestess's mind was ultimately destroyed.
Jeez, what a bizarre method of execution. Definitely sounds like the history writers used some artistic license there.
I'm fine. This didn't seem to trigger any erratic behavior. So, do you think that my origins have something to do with this sovereign ruler?
Interesting. Well, it's hard to say what, if any, direct connection you have to the Eighth Lord. But since the name Lianka seems to ring a bell for you, why don't you look into it yourself? I brought some woven scrolls with me that might be useful. Have a look if you're interested. Here, take them.
No.
Don't say anything. In a moment, I'm going to leave. I need you to join me. Discreetly.
Höre ich deine Gedanken?
It's just a little spell based on our prior experience. I'll explain everything shortly when you catch up with me. Well, I need to get going now. If I find out anything more, I'll keep you updated.
Gratitude. Goodbye.
Bye, Citlali.
Now's your chance. Slip away quietly while they've got their heads buried in those woven scrolls. Meet me at the other side of the settlement.
Okay. Wir sollen uns auf einmal mit Citlali jetzt treffen. Das ist interessant. Wo steht sie denn? Da vorne sind sie. Okay, Leute. Ich würde aber sagen, bevor wir jetzt das Gespräch wieder anfangen, beenden wir hier die Aufnahme. Ist diesmal jetzt nur knapp 24 Minuten. Das ist aber okay. Wir hatten mal auch eine Folge mit 26 Minuten. Da passt es. Und wir sehen uns hier in der nächsten Folge wieder. Dieser wieder mit Movika Spike. Weil, wie gesagt, ich weiß jetzt tatsächlich actually nicht, wie viele Folgen das jetzt noch sind, bevor wir das vorbei haben. Weil das ist dann das letzte Mal, dass wir dann Movika dann mit dieser Quest machen. Und mal schauen. Wie gesagt, wir haben dann 6.0 ein neues Team aufgestellt. Mit Citlali oder ohne. Das kann ich halt nicht so genau sagen. Ich hoffe es einfach. Gut, Leute. Dann würde ich sagen, bis zum nächsten Mal. Euer Masho. Tschaußen.